one-on-one matchups tonight.
And Stanford opens the scoring. Aaliyah Poliski placed it perfectly. So dangerous in transition. Kaylee Harden, 17 in white, two-way midfielder, starts the party. Well, credit the Stanford defense. This zone has the Tar Heels on the back foot. Not used to seeing the nation's leading scoring offense go scoreless for midway through an opening quarter. Humphrey trying to change that, and she does! What an individual effort! Chloe curled around the cage and cashes in to tie it at 1.
How do you counter pressure at X? When you've got elite footwork and dodging ability like Chloe Humphrey, you attack it head on.
Good job by Rodell. Lost her footing, backed it out. Great look on the doorstep. And Stanford cashes in. Martha Oki, the sophomore, in perfect position.
Martha Oki is the unsung hero of this offensive unit, but this is what happens after the double team goes to the front side. It's about zipping the ball. 2 passes out of it, and then it's a wide open look on the doorstep for Oki. You can connect both sides of the field. As
Stanford has certainly shown in this first quarter that they are beatable after Northwestern exposed some weaknesses. But then the bounce back to beat Virginia 19-4. You thought they'd get right back into rhythm. Stanford has come out and thrown a big first punch. They start on the power play.
The 8 meter, unless you're guarding someone at a 6 and an arm's length, you can't hover on the inside.
Addison Patillo missed her first free position opportunity. A chance to cash in this one. Patillo. Beautifully placed. Finds the back of the net. Addison Patillo. She held on to that ball until the very last moment where she found the opening.
She relied purely on her speed here, and she held on to it a little longer than her first 8 meter of it. You can have a different style and different tools to pull out.
Sam Forrest, good defense there. Lindsay Dever, the junior, couldn't get it away cleanly. Actually, no, they're going to call a penalty against Forrest. Thought originally they might. So Lindsay Dever winding up against Nelson. But with Stanford on the power play, smartly passes out of the 8 meter opportunity. Did you ever pass up an 8 meter?
Sometimes it's situational. It's understanding you've got 2 minutes on this card and you want to get the
for the Tar Heels. Nobody else for North Carolina has even attempted one so far in this first half.
When it's 6 on 6 and you play a zone defense, the gaps get a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, and it's much harder to play against an offense when you have a 6-player zone.
North Carolina's head coach Jenny Levy been very outspoken. She believes the college game should be permanently 6 on 6. Take a player off the field, opens it up, would benefit the sport.
3 seconds call here is going to put on the line. Again, you talk about how long those slides get when it's 6 on 6 and you're trying to play a zone defense. You get caught in 3 seconds.
All eyes on Chloe Humphrey. Number 2 steps to the line and scores. Chloe Humphrey fires Carolina in front.
It's the subtle details that make her one of the most elite scorers in the game. She runs on an angle towards her left side, and that frees her stick up for just an extra second from her stick side defender. And she places it perfectly along the right pipe. She's moving left. She of ways in which she can affect the game, whether it be with the ball in her stick as a dodging threat, off ball, moving on the interior, or in the ride, causing turnovers and asserting herself in terms of pressure. Does a little bit of everything, but is one of the most slick and two-handed finishers in the game.
And this is where Carolina is so lethal, stringing goals together. They scored 2 goals in 90 seconds, now looking for another here. And another whistle off ball will send North Carolina to the 8 meter for a free position.
This will be another shooting space call. So The Stanford zone is getting caught in these lanes off ball in the heart of that 8-meter, not getting out of that 8-meter fan quick enough, and giving another opportunity to this North Carolina offense.
Eliza Osborne scores! Osborne blows it right by Morton. That had some serious heat. And North Carolina on a 3-0 run to go up 4-2.
Eliza Osborne had an unbelievable freshman campaign a season ago. She is skyrocketing in her sophomore season. One of the best mid-range shooters on this team. You see her release this 1 to 2 steps inside that 8-meter. Such a rangy player from up top. Just part of this incredible midfield unit for this North Carolina team that adds to the depth of this offense. But Osborne does a little bit of everything, really fills up this.
Harden lost her footing as she cut in. Did get the shot off, and Carolina has the backup.
You see the way this North Carolina offense moves off ball. They're trying to drag members of the zone away and open up the second layer behind them. Constantly working on the inside here to open up extra layers.
Patillo squeezes it inside. Chloe the finish. Patillo to Humphrey. The biggest dynamic duo in the sport connects again to make it 5-2 Tar Heels.
It's a 4-0 run for this red-hot offense, and this is what Chloe Humphrey does best. Off-ball movement to free her stick in the right places at the right time. Unbelievable separation by using that burst of speed off ball. She knows when Addison Patillo's operating.
Foul called. Well, Tice not happy about it.
And it looks like this is being called a push on Kylie Motice, so it will not be a green card.
Very congested in front of goal, but somehow the senior Bouvier sneaks through and scores Stanford's first goal in more than 11 minutes, much needed.
Being really efficient here. It's their quarterback, Martha Oki, who finds Riley Bouvier. Miscommunication on the North Carolina defensive side, but they make them pay on the inside. They get within 2.
Already a hat trick today.
She does it in so many different ways. It's what makes her so dynamic and explosive. She'll beat you off the dodge. She can earn penalty shots, beat you off the 8-meter with her first step, and she can do it off ball. She is
cleaned it up. Now there's a whistle that is blown play dead here. A buzzer has sounded. Could be a clock issue. Maybe a coach was asking for a timeout. Or what I was going to say, Charlotte, is North Carolina had not had 3 losses. They've got the 2 best wins in the country.
I mean, last night they became the first team since 2012 when Florida did it to beat 2 #1 seeds over the course of a season. Quite the run they're on right now, and got it done in a really gritty way against Maryland last night.
So a very tough break for Stanford as the officials go to the monitor and ultimately decide that Jenny Levy did, in fact, call the timeout in time. "40 seconds on the shot clock. Kate Levy sends it inside, looking for Chloe Humphrey. Taken away. Steps up to the 8-meter. Humphrey scores again! This time she goes to the opposite side off the 8-meter. It's the same result. Finds the back of the net to make it 6-3, her 4th goal.
A variety of shot placement. Such a high IQ play right here. She's on that same hash that she was on earlier and steps towards that left side, but it's the subtle deception to bring it back near side. Keeps Ella Morton guessing. Such an elite level play by Chloe.
So they're going to put Bouvier, actually, they're going to move her up for a free position.
And this foul is committed within the critical scoring area, so it is an 8-meter penalty. That stick check by Eliza Osborne is what did it.
Bouvier, no look pass, what a goal! Off the 8-meter, so crafty. And Stanford cashes in.
Unbelievable pass and finish by Lexi Rodell, earning the start at attack with Mallory Hasselbeck out due to injury. And this is a really
unreal
slick pass by Riley Bouvier. It's the no look that allows Rodell to be so open on the inside. Unbelievable play right there to connect.
And the
only stat they didn't shine in that game was the draws. They lost them 17-8 against Virginia's Kate Gallica in that draw unit. So a big test for them today going against the Stanford draw unit, and they're showing out in this first half.
Levy, everything but the finish. There's a Stanford defender down. A big collision. I believe that's Olivia Rose who took the brunt of Levy's momentum that carried her into Rose.
You cannot follow through and make contact with an opposing player, any player. Otherwise, it would be a 2-minute yellow card. And it looks like they're going to
review this. We saw that. That was pretty clear. So this is an official review. The officials can go over to the monitor to make sure that they get it right when it comes to a dangerous follow-through.
So right here, Levy follows through and makes contact with Olivia Rose.
Yep.
Which is a 2-minute penalty, yellow card.
Certainly a unique rule in the sport of women's lacrosse is the onus is on the offensive player to make
the tournament. Such a fun week in Charlotte, North Carolina for all lacrosse fans to watch some of the best teams in the nation go at it and try to punch their ticket with that automatic qualifier that is earned for the conference champion.
Now the length of this review is interesting because we thought it seemed pretty obvious, but the longer this goes on, you wonder if there's something that we're missing.
From this angle, it looks pretty clear the contact that's made on the follow-through with Olivia Rose on that arm. They might be looking at it.
Play. And they keep feeding it to her. Crossfield pass. Arceri, jump shot, and a goal! Ava Arceri cashes in on the power play and makes it a 1-goal game.
This hitch and go by Ava Arceri is a thing of beauty. Such a tall presence on the perimeter. She's coming off her best game. 6 goals against Louisville on 8 shots, but it's a subtle hitch to win the topside race on Sam Forrest. And that frees her for a jump shot on the run. 5'11", has so much range as a shooter, both from the outside and from the mid-range. Such an unsung hero of this North Carolina team. A two-way midfielder, so scrappy, comes up with so many draw controls on the circle. You almost forget how many draw controls that she actually pours in for this team. She can really fill the stat sheet going both ways.
Two-time captain, does so much on the field, off the field for this Tar Heels team. Here's Chloe. What an answer! Chloe Humphrey! 5 goals in this first half. The officials have issued a card against Chloe, and they have waved the goal off. This would be a dangerous follow-through, just like we saw a moment ago. This time they caught it in real time. That was the call on the field.
Trying to win the race to goal line extended.
I think that's clean.
I didn't
Absolutely.
see contact there on the follow-through. If that's what they're looking for, I don't see contact there either.
The call on the field was dangerous, following through with their stick in a dangerous or uncontrolled manner at any time. Certainly not what that replay shows.
And it wasn't her stick.
No,
so I think this is certainly
draw controls before that win by Stanford. Here comes the Carolina pressure. 40 seconds left in the half. Stanford trying to answer the Chloe Humphrey goal. She's got 5 of the Tar Heels 7. An incredible individual effort for her in a ACC showdown to decide who will be the #1 seed at the ACC tournament in Charlotte. 20 seconds to operate for Stanford. Great look. Everything but the finish. Lindsay Dever couldn't. Arceri, great defense by Brooklyn Walker-Welsh. 4 seconds for Stanford. Intercepted by Sam Forrest, and that will finish the first half. North Carolina, a 2-goal lead. Chloe Humphrey leading the way. She had 5 of the Tar Heels 7 in that first half. And it's only the 3rd time this season Stanford has found themselves trailing at halftime.
Both defenses showing up early. We've seen the Stanford draw unit rotate through quite a few people all season long. They have depth there, but when the ball gets out of the range of the centers and out to the circle, more often than not, that's where North Carolina thrives, and they lead the draw control stat 10-4 right now.
Kate Levy splits 2 and draws the foul. Went right into the defenders there. North Carolina has done a very good job earning free positions in this game.
To do.
They've cashed in on 4 8-meter opportunities on 5 tries. Levy cuts in, rings it off the pipe.
As that natural lefty, but she's right back on defense as that two-way midfielder.
Case draws a double team, passes it off. Great save, and that is Lexi Zank. North Carolina going with the 2-goalie system in this game. Betty Nelson was terrific in the fungs to Kaylee Harden. Goes to goal, rings off the pipe and in. This time the iron is kind, and Harden cashes in on the free position. North Carolina up 8-5.
Lexi Zank, the sophomore goalkeeper, comes in and she's reading it well from the jump in this second half. That triggers the ball movement, drawing 8-meter opportunities. This North Carolina offense has been so good at that all season, earning these opportunities. Boxes out hard, wins 50-50 balls. But back to the 2-goalie system. In 2016, that was Megan Ward and Kaylee Waters, 2 of the best goalies in college lacrosse in the history of the sport. And they were both great for their own reasons, and they helped that North Carolina team win that national title that year, both playing significant minutes in championship weekend.
Yeah, it was Waters who won the semifinal, and then Ward who won the championship game. Stanford swarming defense. That's more like.
So they've worked through some of their weaknesses, but they still play such great fundamental 1v1 defense.
Offensively, North Carolina with 8 goals. 7 of them have come unassisted. That would have been a great assisted goal there, but it was off the mark. Felter couldn't find the back of the net. Shot clock ticks down to 25 seconds. Felter scores! Darcy Felter blows it by Ella Morton. And Carolina takes their largest lead of the night.
What's crazy is we haven't even called Darcy Felter's name, and she's one of the more prolific goal scorers to add to the depth of this unit. She has such great hands on the inside. Such a good fundamental start here on the 12. And they'll continue to play, but you've got to assess your one-on-ones here.
Lexi Zank has come in and been remarkable. 3 saves in this 3rd quarter, and all of them have been very difficult.
The Stanford offense has to continue to set themselves up for success in terms of spacing. Give your Dodgers room to operate here. The
First half.
If you're North Carolina, you know the Stanford zone can't get in position. They can't get set up if you push tempo and push the pace. So makes sense why they're going early, but this Stanford team finds an opening.
Finally a breakthrough. First goal of the 3rd quarter, and it belongs to Annabelle Frist, the senior, to pull one back for Stanford.
It's their quarterback, Martha Oki, dodging an X, drawing the eyes of the defense, and it's Annabelle Frist slipping backside, threading the needle to the senior to bury it.
Will contribute to that at the next level. Two defenders for North Carolina, Brooklyn Walker-Welch, Sam Forrest will certainly hear their names called.
Absolutely, you'd like to think two of the best defenders in the college game right now, and will be so fun to see their transition from playing for Team Canada. Two great 1v1 defenders and have shown so many reasons why over their careers here at North Carolina.
Great opportunity here. Aaliyah Poliski steps up for the 8-meter. Winds up, shoots, and scores! Aaliyah Poliski beats Zhang Lo. And it's back-to-back goals for Stanford to make it a 2-goal game.
Aaliyah Poliski's got range, and we've seen it all year long. Gets her hands free. Loves to take a step-down shot from the outside because she has so much speed on inside.
Patillo misses it this time, just whizzed it wide. Run out, closest to the ball, keeps possession, and that's Caroline Godin who tracked it down. North Carolina 6 of 9 on free positions today. Humphrey couldn't control it. Chloe double teamed. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Felter gets rid of it and bounces it home. As the shot clock sounds, Felter finds the back of the net. And North Carolina has scored their 7th free position goal of the night.
Getting the shot off Darcy Felter before that stick side defender can get a piece of it, and changing up her shot location is so critical when you're being put on the same hash. This North Carolina team, so they have been tough to beat when they are lethal on the 8-meter.
Rodell struggling to put on her goggles after losing the ball, and North Carolina wins the scramble. And Rodell just collided with one of her teammates there. Stanford.
Notice the spacing here by North Carolina. They're always balanced, and they never have too many people on the inside. They're always having outlet options on the perimeter.
Patillo storms through the zone and scores! Addison Patillo! You want to talk about a burst of speed. The sophomore has it on full display with this goal.
An elite dodging threat on the perimeter. How do you beat a zone? A lot of people think it's just ball movement. You also got to attack off of that ball movement. You've got to be able to ready, catch, and dodge. And that is what Patillo.
The 7 goals scored on free positions for North Carolina. Stanford just 1 for 3. And so if you're the Stanford defense, you know if you can limit the 8-meter opportunities, you can stop them. You've proven it all game long. Can you get enough stops to come back down 4? That won't help. Kate Levy bullies her way through, and the sophomore makes it a 5-goal advantage for North Carolina, largest lead of the night.
Another opportunity to dodge off the ball movement. Kate Levy, the lethal lefty threat. A subtle hesitation gets the Stanford zone defenders to pause for a second, and that allows her to attack.
I'll ask you the question as this plays out. Great recovery by Carolina defensively. That is how you do it. The question I was going to ask was, what makes a two-way midfielder so strong in this sport? Because I feel like Carolina's always got them, and it's a difference maker. As Chloe rings in her 6th goal of the night. Defense to offense in the snap of a finger. And it's 6 goals for Chloe.
You want to talk about elite midfielders and what they can provide when you have strong two-ways? Eliza Osborne, one of the best in the game right now, finds Chloe Humphrey sneaking around the crease. Oh, draw in that Virginia game a week ago.
North Carolina, give and go. Addison Patillo. It's the Humphrey-Patillo connection again on a give and go, and the Tar Heels are doubling up Stanford 14-7. Timeout, Stanford. It's a 5-0 Carolina run.
This duo fuels this offense. They are the core of it all. It's the subtle hitch. It's the no-look pass to a backdoor for Addison Patillo. Just week to week on how to evolve at your core.
A foul called. Humphrey didn't get it in her stick cleanly. It still ricocheted off the top of the bar, and now Chloe will go for another free position. North Carolina has lived at the 8-meter tonight.
A held check here as she was trying to collect that pass to the inside.
Humphrey scores! Make it 7 goals for Chloe Humphrey.
We've seen the variety in which she scored, but watch this step down. One step, plant your feet and rip. She shows she's got range too from the outside. Switching it up is so important when you are an offensive player and you match up on the men's side. So many upsets have happened as well on the men's side, so it'll be an exciting final stretch as we head towards the postseason.
Well, this season has flown by. All eyes. Great goal, stinging the corner on the run. Can't do it much better than that for Annabelle Frist. The senior strikes for the second time tonight.
Annabelle Frist returns this season after missing last season due to injury. She shines on the perimeter off of the dodge, and she's got range to shoot before the slide gets to her. That is an unbelievable shot. Hit it to the outlet and then zip it to a backside who's ready to dodge or score on a man-up opportunity.
Early in the season, these two teams had separated themselves as the best two teams in the ACC, and a lot of people circled this date on the calendar. For long stretches of the game, Stanford hung with North Carolina, but the Tar Heels have separated here in the third and fourth quarter, and Humphrey adds another. Chloe Humphrey, make it 8. What a special performance for the reigning player of the year.
She just can't miss. Watch the subtle step into the gap off ball. If you take your eye off of her for just 1 second, she gets her stick in that passing lane, and she is earlier in this game and then operating on the inside.
Well, Humphrey's 8 goals will be the headline, but this was a total team effort from North Carolina. Both goalies.
A real complete effort. You mentioned all the different facets of the game. They've showed strength in the draw control unit. Sarah Gresham, 10 draws on the day. All of the goal scorers getting involved alongside of Chloe Humphrey, like Darcy Felter.
Felter adds another. And it's a 9-goal lead. Inspiring that. How about another? Bar down! Eliza Osborne! Wow!
This might have been the prettiest goal of the entire season. A controlled draw from Gresham to Harden. Chloe Humphrey heads up, and it's Eliza Osborne on the run. A mid-range rip down the right. How do you generate assisted opportunities off of drawing a double team? Because you know that players like Aaliyah Poliski, Jordan Case, Annabelle Frist, Martha Oki, I mean, you got so many elite perimeter players on this Stanford offense, but it's about putting the pieces together, maintaining good spacing, not jamming each other up, and I think they'll turn on the tape from tonight. Last piece to make this team as complete as can be was the draw. That was the question mark from the Virginia game. So now to bounce back and have a 19-8 draw statistic, almost identical to the scoreboard, it's hard to find a weakness in this team right now.
And against Stanford. But Stanford pulls one back with 4.8 seconds remaining. I would say, as good as North Carolina has been tonight, Charlotte, and they've been excellent, the scoreline a little misleading. Because in champions again, and the Tar Heels will be your #1 seed.